like to attach to it. It's hard work, and that is why many persons would have failed in their efforts to carry out their tasks because they joined the PTA for the prestige of it, but when they got into the fire, they realized that the fire burned hot and they end up jumping out of the kitchen. But I would like to pay my respect to the team that is outgoing now, that they have stood in the fire, they have stood up for our boys, they have stood up for the institution, and they have done their best to make the school year or years, because I know that they have been there a little bit over the time due to the pandemic that was upon us. So my hats off to you guys, and I would like to declare in this very moment that the Cornwall College PTA executive body is now dissolved. So at current, the PTA body, the executive body is consists of only one member, and that one member is the IPP, the immediate past president, Mr. Dr. Garfield Campbell. So going forward, we will be trying to select or nominate and elect some members to join Mr. Campbell in this illustrious body. Now, I have received a slate of sorts that will be used to guide the process. So parents, the procedure is such that for each capacity, we have 4 capacities. We have the president, the secretary, the PRO, and the treasurer. We have 4 capacities, and we will present the names that were presented, and then someone will have to nominate this person. Another parent will have to second that nomination, but to be fair to the person who we are trying to nominate, we will give the person the opportunity to accept nomination or respectfully decline. I'm a believer that we don't force persons to serve, we ask them to serve, and if the person has no interest or desire to serve, we leave them be. We don't try to tell them how great they will be. We don't try to tell them of the benefits or whatever. If the person says he or she cannot serve, parents, we leave them be. So the worst thing, to force a person to do something that they don't want to do, and then they half step, and then we cuss them when they mess up, when they blunder. All right? So when the nominees are called, each nominee will choose to decline. If you remain quiet, it means you accept nomination. But the person has to be here to be nominated or considered for any nomination. All right, so our first category is president. So far, we have Latoya Davis, and Latoya would have been the outgoing secretary. And over time, you know that once you're in a certain capacity, you'd have learned so much that you would be empowered to take on a higher capacity. So Latoya is now offering herself in the capacity of president. We also have Mr. Wayne Cameron, the chairman of tonight's proceedings. And thirdly, we have Donovan Cunningham. So I'm going to ask Miss Latoya Davis to just open her camera, wave a little bit, so the new parents can see who you are. And you can use that opportunity to decline the nomination if you so please. Ms. Davis?
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good evening.
All right, parents, you'd have seen Miss Davis's face. And she said nothing about declining. That means she's ready to be elected in the capacity of president. Mr. Cameron, I know they have been seeing you, so we're going to skip you, but I'm going to give you a chance as well to decline nomination. If you don't say anything, it means you accept. All right, perfect. All right, Mr. Cunningham, could we see your face, please, sir? Could you wave a little bit, say something? And you also have the opportunity to decline your nomination.
Good evening.
Right,
I do not want to be nominated for president.
all right. I think you're breaking up, but let me repeat what I heard. I think I hear you say you are declining the nomination.
If it is for the presidency, I am not interested in the presidency.
All right. So, parents, for those who are not understanding what Mr. Cunningham is saying, Mr. Cunningham is saying that he would be happy to support the office of the president, but he does not want to be the president.
That is correct. That is correct.
Perfect. All right, perfect. So parents, be guided accordingly. The person who gets the most votes will be the president, and the person who gets the second most vote will be a VP, and the person who gets the third most vote will be the second VP. All right. So be guided by this. All right. So
may I ask a question?
Sure, sir.
Because this is not the norm where persons would have been nominated for the position in which he or she would be willing to serve.
Okay.
I am of the opinion that there would have been a nomination for the vice presidency. Are you saying that that will not be the case this evening?
All right.
I understand that the dynamics have changed because of COVID and all of that. So I just want to know.
All right. No, the vice president isn't a nomination position, sir. The presidency is a nominated position.
Oh.
But the persons who would have get the runner-up votes would be qualified then for the vice presidency. But we don't normally elect or nominate persons for vice presidency.
Okay, then that was not conveyed to me previously. So if let me rescind my refusal to be a part of the presidency. So what I'm going to do, I don't have a hat, but I'll just toss my glasses in the ring.
All right.
There you go.
All right. All right. Appreciate it. So you see, when we dialogue, we get things cleared up, right?
That is correct.
All right. Perfect. All right. So can someone please nominate Miss Latoya Davis?
So move that Ms. Latoya Davis be nominated for the office of president.
All right. So Mr. That's Cameron,
I
right?
second.
All right. All right. So I saw some hands went up, but I'm going to trump those hands with the voices. Okay, parents? If I see the hand first before the voice, then I'll choose the hands, but I heard the voices first. So I'm going to, for the record, Mr. Cunningham nominates Latoya Davis, and Mr. Cameron nominates Latoya Davis, and Mr. Cunningham seconded that nomination. Perfect. All right. Can somebody nominate Mr. Cameron for the presidency? All right. Kevin Shaw nominates Mr. Cameron. Is there a second?
I
second nomination.
I second it.
All right. Kevin Stewart seconded that nomination. Can someone please nominate?
Sir. No, sir, I didn't nominate Mr. Cameron. I had my hand raised up. I had my hand raised up to nominate Miss Davis.
Miss Davis has already been nominated.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna go back to Mr.
Hello?
Cameron. All right, parents.
Can you
Mr.
hear me, guys?
Yes, Miss Shaw. Kevin Shaw, mommy. Miss Davis is already duly nominated.
It was her though that I was nominated.
All right. Yes, we get you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, parents. All right, so I like the passion. I like the passion. All right, so we're going to nominate Mr. Cameron again. Mr. Cameron, can someone please nominate Mr. Cameron?
I, Sophia Thomas, do nominate Mr. Cameron for Vice President.
For President. All right, so Sophia Thomas nominates Mr. Cameron and seconded by Kevin Shaw, mommy. Am I correct now, Ms. Shaw, mommy?
Mr. Cameron for president was second by me.